Hi, I'm Shell from Shell Sweet Eats, and today I'm going to show you how to pipe a beginner design for Halloween and Harvest cupcakes. I found these Halloween food colorings from Walmart. They were about $3. I'm going to use these to color my buttercream frosting so that they'll be matching the wrappers for the cupcakes. In this package, it came with a black, neon green, neon purple, and neon orange. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit of the gel food coloring right on top of the frosting. Gel food coloring is more concentrated, so you don't need as much to color the frosting. And also, a buttercream frosting can only hold so much liquid, and it'll start to break if you add too much liquid to it. So here I've squirted the neon orange food coloring in the buttercream frosting. It looks a little red, but once you mix it, the color will be a little more diluted, and you just fold it in and stir it just like this until you get your desired color. Also, a good tip when making black frosting is if you don't want to add so much food coloring, you can start off with the chocolate frosting. Add a few tablespoons of dark cocoa powder to your frosting. That will start off with a darker base, and when you add your black food coloring, you won't have to use as much. I really like these neon colors. The colors, they kind of pop and give you a really bright effect, especially going into the fall and the winter seasons. It's nice to have a little bit of color still in your designs. For the toppers on the cupcakes, I'm going to be using these Wilton sprinkles that I found also at Walmart and Target. This one is really cool. It has some googly eyes and a little like kind of monster theme to it, I like to say. This one is more along the lines of a harvest sprinkle. It has some fall leaves and some gold and some pumpkins, things like that. I'm also going to use M&Ms. These will be, I will just use the brown ones for the stems on the pumpkins that I'm going to pipe. The first design I'm going to do is a monster cupcake, and I'm going to use a couple of the Wilton googly eye sprinkles on top. For this one, I'm going to use the Wilton 8B tip, and I'm just going to pipe a single dot like this and continue all around until I have like a spiky design. This is even something you can do with your kids at home and just let them have fun making spikes all over the cupcake. After we've piped the spikes on the cupcake, I just poured a little bit of the sprinkles into the cap so that I can place them on top. So this was a fun design. Just want to put a couple of the googly eyes on top. I will just sprinkle some of the remaining colors just all over. The next design I want to show you is with the Wilton 102 tip. Hold the wider side towards the bottom. With this, you also want to make sure you're careful that you don't drag the tip into the frosting because it will mess up the design. So as you're holding the wider side of the tip towards the bottom here, just pipe in a backward and forward motion to kind of make a ribbon all across the cupcake. You can keep your ribbons as close or as far away as you like. Sometimes if it's too spread out, it will create a gap and you can see the cupcake through it. So like right here, there's a small gap, but that'll be covered with sprinkles. I'm going to use a few of these little pearls, and I want to sprinkle them just on one side of the cupcake. You can also add other things like a few of the leaves. You can do a little bit of just the red sugar, and the sugar just adds a little bit of a sparkle to it. Like I said, these give you a lot of different combinations and color options in the sprinkle packs. They have those for all seasons and different holidays. The next design I want to do is also using the same tip. It's a Wilton 102. So I want to take this one and still keeping in mind to hold the thinner side towards the top. And I want to start in the middle of the cupcake and pipe a straight line going down to the bottom. Now this one, all you have to do is pipe your lines starting at the top and going down to the bottom, kind of in a curved motion. So here you have a rough design of a pumpkin. For this one, I want to use an M&M and stick it right in the top here for the stem. And I have a Wilton 352 tip that's just going to give me a basic leaf design.
I was born to haunt you.
For this one, I'm going to use the Wilton 1M tip. So I'm going to start with my tip right at the top of my cupcake and just make a fluffy back and forth motion just like this, just to give the cupcake some texture. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take this bag here with the black frosting in it. I'm going to start right here at the top and go back and forth again and gradually getting larger at the bottom, making a triangle shape for a hat. For the buckle, I'm going to use one of the Wilton yellow leaves. I'm going to take the leaf and just place it right here in the center of the hat. These are a few designs that you can use to decorate for Halloween and for the harvest season. If you don't celebrate Halloween, you can always use the fall colors to make leaves and pumpkin designs on your cupcakes. I'm Shell from Shell Sweet Eats, and thanks for baking with me.
Stick through my heart, but you better make no mistake, 'cause you're hard.